What's up guys, this is Chronic Rush and welcome back to my FIFA 14 World Cup Squad Builder series. And basically you're probably thinking, why the hell are you still uploading this series? The World Cup's finished, Germany have won. Yes, I've known that, and this I was trying to complete this whole series before the World Cup actually started, but no, I didn't manage to. I got up to, I can't remember what the last team was, I think it was Brazil, which was kind of a good way to finish that half, should I say. Now we're going to be moving on to some of the stronger teams on FIFA, should I say. Some of the teams obviously didn't perform too well, and today obviously is going to be the World Cup squad of Spain, being one of those teams that did not perform very, very well in the World Cup, obviously getting knocked out in the group stages. No one saw that coming from a million miles away. No one saw that ever happening. But I'm going to continue off this World Cup Squad Builder squad. Some of you really, really like it. I've got a number of decent squads, and I can try and kind of replicate the squads actually used during the things, during the actual tournament as well, which should make it a lot stronger and better for you guys to watch. But let's get straight into the World Cup squad of Spain. España obviously not doing very well, which I was kind of surprised about. Obviously the amount of talent, obviously the addition of Diego Costa up top, but they just didn't play too well. So we're going to start with the formation, which is going to be the 4-3-3-4 version. Works quite well. I like all of the 4-3-3s. I don't really use the false 9-1 too often, but this one seems to work very, very well with the addition of the cam. But we're going to start off with the goalkeeper. Before that, we're going to set up the parameters here. Just going to put Spain as the nationality just to speed things up, and the goalkeeper is obviously going to be Iker Casillas. Obviously not having probably one of the best tournaments. He had a number of bad mistakes, shall I say. But on FIFA, he is an absolutely fantastic keeper for around 15k, 86 rated player, 89 diving, 90 reflexes, 80 handling, 81 position. A fantastic keeper indeed to have on FIFA. Moving on to the right back, we have this player here, Juanfran, who I don't actually think played for Spain in the World Cup, exceptionally in that right back position. I'm not too sure if I think he only got one appearance or something, but he's got, I believe, 2 informed cards available, as well as a team of the season, guys, if you've got a bit more cash than me to spend on this team, because for me the price have risen so much compared to the coins I had. I sold all my players before the World Cup, and then after they just seem to creep up slowly. So I haven't got a lot of coins to play around with, because this team would have been a lot more exciting with team of the season cards, informed cards, and you name it. But we got Juanfran here in the right back position. Very solid player to have there, and I would definitely recommend him. Moving on to the two centre backs, we have Ramos and Piqué, both very similar. Well, I should say, I'm not going to say similar players. Piqué seems to get all the headers. Ramos has got the pace to keep up. They both work fantastic well in the centre-back positions. Got Ramos with the centre tool, Piqué with the backbone. Chemistry styles on work very well and work quite well in duo. The only thing I felt about Ramos, he seemed to get up the field quite a bit. Obviously a high attack and work great, but sometimes he always seemed to be in the right place at the right time. Scored a number of goals from corners and stuff like that, and worked very well next to Piqué there. Moving on to the left back, we have Jordi Alba, a fairly solid left back, decent pace, 82 rated, did the job there. Moving on to the midfield, first we're going to have here is going to be the recently transferred Cesc Fabregas, obviously now playing for Chelsea, 86 rated centre mid, and he's got very good passing, dribbling, heading, shooting, not bad pace either, and for a centre mid he works very well, high attack and work rate as well, which I kind of like. He's going to be getting up the field and helping support the wingers and the attacker. Moving on to the other centre mid, we have Iniesta, 89 rated centre mid here, and this guy is a fantastic player on FIFA, guys. He's got dribbling of an absolute god. It just does not go away from his feet. Obviously, his 52 grand price tag, that is probably the reason, but he is a fantastic player. He also seems to be very pacey. I think it may be his agility or something, but fantastic on the ball. Finds some lovely passes, decent skill moves, decent weak foot, and scored a number of solid goals for me as well. Moving on to the centre attacking mid, we have Juan Mata, Manchester United player, 87 rated cam, and these midfielders all have very common traits. They all have fantastic dribbling, not the fastest of players, so sometimes you can get outpaced quite a bit in the midfield, but they got very good passing, very good dribbling, not bad pace and decent shooting, and works fantastically well. All three of them are very similar players and work very well behind the attackers. Moving on to the right wing, we have this player here, Pedro, Barcelona player, 85 rated right wing, decent pace, but he's what you want as a winger, high attack and work rate, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, so he can cut in, smash out on his left foot, and he's got very decent pace. Pace I'd kind of like a bit higher, but still does a fantastic job, and that right wing position, picked him up the Maestro chemistry style as well. I was at first going to have, I think it was the Team of the Season Koke out there, but his price just rocketed and I couldn't actually go and pick him up. Moving out to the left wing, we have David Villa, obviously now playing, I think he's He transferred to a team in the MLS and now is actually on loan to a team in the Australian League, but 83 rated player, and this guy is probably one of the hidden gems of FIFA 14. He's an absolutely fantastic left wing, guys. If you had not tried him out, I would definitely recommend him. He's a very, very solid player out on that left wing. I believe he's got a couple of informed cards available as well. His pace doesn't look suited for a left wing, but he works fantastic well. He's got a fantastic shot. Again, very, very good dribbling, keeping the ball close to his feet. 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, high attack and work rate, works fantastic well for a 15 grand price tag. And moving on to the final player up top, obviously it's going to be this player here, Diego Costa, who on FIFA I don't seem to like playing with him too much. Obviously now plays for Chelsea, had his Atletico Madrid card on me, but 84 rated, some fantastic shooting stats, dribbling stats, heading stats, okay pace. High attacking work rate, high defensive work rate is what I feel let him down, because he always seemed to pull back a bit. He always seemed to be like playing with the midfielders a couple of times. We want him to make those darting runs up top. Very, very tall, strong player, so that kind of helps in his bonus. But I was expecting to score a lot more goals with him, but he just didn't seem to be in the right place at the right time, which I'm not too sure if it's just his work rate or something like that. But he was a very, very similar player to Cavani, I feel like. When he was one with the keeper, he would put that, or headers, but so it just took time to get him in the right position. But guys, that's the World Cup squad for Spain. Obviously, we're going to have some goals and the review coming up of the players shortly after this squad builder part of the video, guys. So make sure you stay tuned for that, and I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay, so let's get into the goals and the review of the Spanish World Cup squad. Overall, it performed fairly well, actually. I really enjoyed playing with him. It performed a lot better than the World Cup team, obviously. That was just absolutely disastrous. But let's get into the team on FIFA. Defense and the goalkeeper worked fantastically well. The defense had pace across the board. Even PK was keeping up with some of the strikers. It had strength as well. And also, some like very, very good corners. They were very, very good at corners, defending them and attacking them. And then you've also got the fullbacks that help get up forward, got on the score sheet a couple of times, but was still doing the defensive duties. So I really, really liked the defense of this team. Sometimes I did feel Alba was out of position sometimes, but it didn't really matter. He did get back with his pace and help keep up with the wingers. Moving on to the midfield, this is where it gets a bit more interesting. There's so many Spanish midfielders you could choose. I was kind of stuck for who I'd choose for. I decided to go for Iniesta and Fabregas as the centre mids. They work very, very well indeed. Close dribbling, not the fastest of players, but still be able to play the ball around, and that's what I felt like the midfield. Mata as well in the addition of that. You just want to be able to play it around the midfield, find some spaces and wait until the opportunities opened up top to play the balls into your wingers or your strikers, and it worked very, very well in this formation. I definitely really enjoyed playing with Iniesta. He's a fantastic player on FIFA. Very, very close dribbling, good passing, and also some decent shooting on him as well. And Fabregas is a very similar player in terms of he's not as good, not as rapid, but still gets up forward, finds some nice balls, very, very close dribbling. And Mata again, exactly the same. I did feel Mata was sometimes out of the game. I didn't really see him on the pitch too much in the sense that I wasn't finding the balls to him. He wasn't getting in the positions, but still worked very, very well in that cam spot. Moving on to the attack force, the two wingers, they work very, very well. Pedro and David Villa, a fan of both of them. You obviously could have Navas out on that right wing as well for an alternative, but David Villa out on that left wing, he's a fantastic player on FIFA 14. Would definitely recommend him if you haven't tried him out already, guys, because obviously FIFA 14 is coming towards the end, but David Villa is a fantastic player. He will put goals in the back of the net. He'll dribble past players, and he'll also put crosses into the box. Obviously, he's not the fastest of players. That's why people don't use him as much, but still, he's a fantastic player. He's got very, very good dribbling, very, very good finishing, and works fantastically well out on that left wing. Pedro, very, very similar player to David Villa. I felt I preferred David Villa. Maybe Jesus Navas would probably be better out on that right wing, but Pedro, I did feel he's kind of slow for a winger. I'm not too sure why. He just felt a bit sluggish, but still did the job on that right wing. Moving on to the final player of the team, Diego Costa up top. A very, very good striker. Kind of frustrating because he plays a bit like Cavani, high attacking, high defensive work rates, and sometimes wasn't in the right position. But when he was going for goal, one-on-ones or headers, he would put them in the back of the net. So overall, this team performed very, very well on FIFA. A lot better than the World Cup performance. That was disgusting. I was not expecting that at all. But overall, this team worked very well. And for under 100 crate, with plenty of players you could upgrade to team the season cards, inform cards, it worked very, very well, guys. So guys, this comes to the end of the episode. If you like, so remember to hit that like button. Also, remember to subscribe, stay tuned to this series. And remember, any feedback in the comments would be much appreciated. This has been Chris. Till next time, adios!